Hi everyone, and welcome to Pearls of Paradise Vlogmas Day 0, 2025. Full disclosure, I thought we would be bringing you a very different Day 0, and our Advent plans have fallen apart just a touch. But we'll start by introducing ourselves. My name is Courtney. I am the host of the knitting podcast, Pearls of Paradise, and this is my husband,
Mason.
And I knit, he crochets, he pops in on the podcast from time to time, but he always joins me for Vlogmas. We do it together. It is always a good time.
Always.
We enjoy it. This year will look a little different. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But yeah, we live in Parma, Ohio. It's just the two of us. We both work full time. So you'll see some stuff outside of our house, some stuff in our house. This year we are on a pretty tight budget. So most likely not a ton of activities, but we might find some free or low cost things to do. So if that sounds like your jam and you like recipes and crafting and obviously the fiber arts, then this is probably a good place for you. Also, we are a little chaotic. We are a little all over the place.
Just forgive us for that. We're spread a little thin here.
It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, so welcome. Everything we talk about, or most things, I don't know. You'll see why most things will be linked down below. All of our social media stuff. We're both on Storygraph. We're both on Instagram. All the things will be linked down below if you are interested. And if I cook any recipes that I'm able to link to, I'll link those, that kind of thing. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's going to, like I said, be a little different than last year. But a lot of our decorations are the same. We have some fun ideas to spice it up a little throughout the month. But we'll see. Do you have anything to add?
Not at this time, but I'm sure more will come.
And if you're here for Mason's annual egg cup tutorial,
yes.
That will be Saturday, probably. Hopefully.
If all goes according to plan, Saturday will be egg cup tutorial day.
And maybe muffin tutorial day.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Because that has been added into the mix as well. So.
Yeah. So we'll see though. So let's get into what is not happening this year.
You guys, how this even happened, I have no idea, but it did.
So multiple things. If you tune in to my last podcast, I lied to you all. I was like, I have been planning Vlogmas. I have a plan. It's going to be great. Da-da-da-da-da. And the thing is, I had planned in my head, and I thought I had a plan, but the universe has had other plans. So, as I said, I didn't really buy a new Advent this year. I did not purchase a yarn Advent, but I do have one, which we'll get into in a second. And we did thrift, like several months ago, this Sand and Fog Candle 12-Day Advent. And I was pretty excited. It was like $7, which was pretty affordable.
Yes.
I mean, it is a hefty box, like 12 3.5 ounce luxury fragranced candles with essential oils, remind you of California, something, whatever. But I was like, okay, that's cool. This isn't our tea Advent we normally get. It isn't our, like, yarn Advents. Those just weren't in the budget. But I was like, this is a budget-friendly option.
Yes.
So, yesterday morning, in looking for something else that derailed Advent, which we'll get to in a second, I pulled this out, and I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to just, like, take a look. I wonder what these look like. I'm just going to look at one. I'm not going to smell it. I'm just going to look at it. And I opened it. And this, let me show you what it looks like. Because I was prepared for anything but that. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I thrifted this. So maybe they just used the first one. I opened every single tin, and all of them have been completely used and were just donated, I guess, without anyone cleaning them out. And I have to assume that the thrift store didn't check to see if they had been burnt. And that's kind of on us. We should have checked. Like, we should have looked. But also, like...
The store also should have checked.
Well, or had, like, a note on it or something. Like, because the tins are super cute.
They are.
Yeah, they're
lovely. They're cute.
Why am I blanking? The lids have, like... They're like 12 Days of Christmas themed. Super cute. I will probably, I'll hold them up so that you can see.
Like, look how cute those are. Those are very cute tins.
Yeah, so I'll probably clean them out and repurpose them for something else. But, like...
We were not planning on those being empty at all.
I was so disappointed. He was at the store grocery shopping, and I texted him, and I'm like, every single one of the candles is used up. And, like, he got home and he's like, I don't know what you mean by used up. And he looked and, like, literally you can't burn, like, they were completely burnt. Like, you can't get anything else out of them. No. So, no candle advent for us.
No.
And I know Aldi has a 24-day one, but it is way more than we're going to spend on an advent this year.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I would have just bought our David's Tea advent that I wanted in the first place. And didn't get. And then we kind of looked at a couple of other stores, and they were either all out of advents or had ones that we were like either too pricey or something that we didn't even like. So
yeah,
sad day, but again, kind of on us. But the whole reason I was looking, like, I pulled this out and stuff is I told all of you on my last podcast that I would be casting on the party cardi tomorrow for my Advent project using an old Advent. Well, dear viewer, I went to pull out my Advent. I had it all together. It's been together for the purpose of this particular project. Like, when I opened it originally... 4 years ago or something 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
This was the thing I knew I wanted to knit with it. So I had put it all together. It's been together. Day 1 is missing. And I know I didn't use it. I'm not somebody that typically will break up Advents. And if I do, it's like a very stick in my brain thing. And day 1 is gone. And I can't find it. I know it's somewhere in the house. Somewhere here. It is somewhere. But I can't find it. And I looked, and I finally got to a point where I thought, I don't want to continue to search for this. This isn't fun. I'm frustrated. So I should have brought it over. I did what anyone would do when you can't find day 1 of your Advent and you're frustrated. I cast on a tree skirt because, I don't know. Why not?
The thing is, she has been talking about doing this. This did not come out of the blue at all.
Well, this pattern did.
This pattern did, but the tree skirt did not. She's been talking about doing one for years. And she finally decided to do one.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this.
This thing is so cool. I absolutely love all the color changes that are going on in this.
I don't remember the name of the pattern. I'll pop it up on the screen with the designer. And just so you know, I don't typically edit my podcasts like this, but for Vlogmas, I can squeeze in some extra editing. But anyways, you use scraps, and you just use them to make a super bulky weight. The designer on her page and in the pattern, it is a paid-for pattern, but I think it's worth it. It has brought me hours of dopamine already. And she tells you how to achieve a super bulky weight with different yarn combinations. So I am holding 1 strand of DK with 4 strands of fingering, and then I am just changing the scraps out when they run out. So these are all scraps, and I'm doing the tabletop size. I don't think it's going to be large enough for what I intended, although I might just go larger than the pattern says. It kind of says if you want, you can just keep going till you want to stop. So I might do that. But this is using up so many scraps. It's really eating up yarn. And that was really fun. Also, you didn't see the pattern photos like on Ravelry.
No.
But the designer also has one of these that she's like wearing as a capelet, which I think is really fun.
Oh, that'd be a cute idea.
I know, this one's too small, but I might just make a second one as a capelet for like no reason other than why not.
I was going to say, you might as well.
I also say stuff like this and then don't do it. So I don't know. But right now, this is bringing me joy. During that, oh my goodness. I knew that this was going to happen. Everything's tangled. It's fine.
It's all good. We're good.
So, once I calm down, I have some other advents that I could do, but I'm not doing the party because I still really want to knit that in this particular advent whenever I find a one. So I have completely rethought my December plans. If you watched my last podcast, and maybe the one before that, I don't know if I talked about it in the one before, I really want to, for the next year or so, on the first of every month, cast on a garment. Whether that's a sweater, a vest, a cardigan, a tank top, whatever. I need more garments in my wardrobe. I just don't have very many. And I typically don't buy new clothes. I'm trying to hand make things and repair what I have and just be more sustainable in that way. And I have some sweater quantities and stuff. Well, the party cardi was going to serve two purposes. It was going to be my advent project and my garment cast on. So I knew in the advent, which I'll talk about in a second, that I ultimately chose, I knew I didn't want to knit that into a garment. It's just not going to work out for that. So tomorrow I will be casting on two projects. And the first I will be using probably both this Drops Kid Silk Mohair that I have a bunch of that one of you kindly gave to me. And then if I run out of this, I have Knit Picks Aloft in a color that is almost identical to this. Like you wouldn't notice a difference. And I'm going to hold that double with this, which is, I don't remember the base. It's a fingering weight base. It's from Tina's Twisted Fibers. I bought this years ago. And I knit the Olive Cardigan by Joji Locatelli out of this. And I have quite a bit left over.
Is that butterfly wing?
More than this. Yeah, that's the colorway, but not the base. The colorway is Butterfly Wings. But I don't know what the base is. Something fingering. It's a fingering weight. So I'm going to hold those double. And I'm going to cast on the Love Note by Tin Can Knits. I have planned on using this leftover yarn for that pattern for forever. And I actually bought a different, I bought a Surrey alpaca to hold with this. That's in like a light green. And I don't know. I'm feeling this more. This feels a little more holiday to me, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I think that this is more what I'm going to go with. So I'll be casting that on tomorrow. And then, you know what? You can talk about do you want to talk about your cast on or do you want me to finish my thing?
If you want to finish your thing.
Okay. So then I will also be casting on for my Advent project the Hygge and Hearth scarf by Bumblebee Acres Farms by Samantha Troia. And the reason I chose this is because it works with an Advent and I already had the pattern printed and I really didn't want to have to figure out another pattern. I had two patterns printed out for different wraps from previous years when I was trying to decide what to do with some Advent, who knows. And I had Mason peek at a few of the days to see which pattern he felt would work best with the yarn, and this is the one he chose. So it's like an infinity scarf, and this does take 25 minis, and this Advent only has 24, but it came with a full skein, which I have upstairs. So my plan is on Christmas Eve, I'll do 24 and 25 and try to finish that off. And then as my Christmas Eve cast on, I'll cast on the rest of that skein as a pair of socks for Christmas Eve. So I'm pretty excited about that. But this is an Advent from 2021 or 2022. I honestly don't remember which year. From Fangirl Fibers. And it is, obviously it's been opened. I opened this at the time, but I don't really remember it. I remember it being bright and speckly and stuff. It was a Magic Kingdom, like Christmas at the Magic Kingdom or something kind of advent. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah, so I still feel like I'm getting an advent, but it's not a new advent, and that's okay. And it's living in my spinning loft bag. I don't know if it'll stay in this or not. This is not a Christmas bag, but I do feel like the colors could be Christmassy depending on your vibe.
I personally think, because earlier when I was trying to help her choose the pattern, I had to look at the yarn. I personally think with how fun the yarn is, it will go perfectly with the bag. So,
and you're supposed to have a lot of leftovers, so I can do something else with the leftovers. So, anyways, those are my new advent plans as of today. All right, your turn. What will you be casting on?
I will be casting on the Intermission shawl. Here, let's do it. So.
And who's the pattern by?
By Deanne Ramsay. This is the color that I'm going to be starting with.
So you're not using an advent. You're using...
No.
We need to show them what you're using. So you're using a mini skein set. And do you remember who we bought this from? I have no idea who you bought this from.
Well, we'll put that down below. I do have the job business card, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll be casting that on.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. We still obviously need to wind the yarn.
But.
And then you have a main color as well.
Yes, which is.
And that one is from Alchemy, I think.
Yeah, this one is from Alchemy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get that there.
And the color, so this is on the Arrow sock base, and the colorway is acetate. So it's a 60% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 20% silk blend.
Yes.
So, just so you can see how it looks with that first color.
I'm really excited about this.
And this will be your first hand-dyed project and your first fingering weight project, right?
I never even thought about that, but yes it is. So it makes me more excited.
So yeah, that's our Advent plan. And then today, this weekend it's been a week. I don't know if anybody else has felt this. I feel like it's just been one of those weeks. And we tried to get the house decorated, and I would say we're like 70% there, but we're at that 70% point where it just kind of looks like stuff everywhere. And I don't think it's going to get finished tonight because it's already 7:15 p.m. Like I said, we do both work full time, so we will be like getting ready for bed here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyways, this is not the day zero I thought we would bring you. I might put in some footage of the tiny bit of footage I took today. I don't think it's even worth putting in, honestly, because I didn't really get anything. And I thought I would, but it just kind of turned into one of those days. So anyways, I hope that we have maybe enticed you to tune into Vlogmas Day 1 tomorrow. I promise it will be at least somewhat more interesting.
Yes.
And you can see our progress. I'll open my Advent on camera tomorrow, especially since I will be casting on this love note during the day. So yeah, I think that's about it. Do you have anything to add?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I think we are going to try and get some yarn wound up and get our house in some semblance of order. And we will see you tomorrow for day 1. All right. Bye.